Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, and a happy Monday to everyone. How is everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory. Welcome in life to you from Houston, Texas, with this inspirational morning talk. For first-time listeners, I'm on at 8:45 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's 8:45 Central Time. That's our time here in Texas. All right, man. But it's a nice, cool day here today. A nice, cool day. We probably in the mid 50s or something like that. But it's nice and cool. Nice and cool. It's better than that Texas heat. All right. Today, what I want to talk about. Today is one of those days where I had something else prepared to talk about, and in my spirit it wasn't feeling right. And the last minute, I was led to talk about persistent in prayer, right? Being persistent with your prayers. Being persistent with your prayers, right? So that tells me somebody that's going to be listening today or going to listen to this in the future, you need this, because every time this happens, I know it's someone just waiting for this. Probably someone losing the faith, and he want me to remind them that they just need to continue to be persistent, right? That does happen to me last minute. I done had everything I want to do. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning. How are you? I had everything I want to talk about ready and set to go, and he said, no. Change course. This is what I want you to talk about. So that's why I can be obedient, and I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to remind you guys to show a couple of examples here where you talk about being persistent in prayers. The first one I can start with is Luke 18, 1 through 8. Luke 18, 1 through 8. This is the parable of the persistent widow. The parable of persistent widow. There's a parable that Jesus gave his disciples, right? And telling them about being persistent with the prayers. So one day Jesus told his disciples a story to show that they should always pray and never give up. He said there was a judge in a certain city. He said, there was a judge in a certain city, he said, who neither feared God nor cared about people. So this judge didn't care about God, he didn't fear God, nor he didn't care about what people say. He doing what he wants to do, right? A widow of that city came to him repeatedly saying, give me justice in this dispute with my enemy, right? So this widow come pleading to him for justice. Obviously, she looked like she was in the right. And she said, give me justice in dispute with my enemy. The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, I don't fear God or care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice because she's wearing me out with her constant requests, right? So Jesus telling them, look, giving them this parable, why you should continue to pray. He said there's a judge. He didn't fear God, nor he didn't care what people said. He's a judge, got a reputation of giving the just handing down his judgment regardless of what people think or what people say or whether if it's ungodly or not. He didn't care. But this woman just keep coming to him. And he said, look, I ain't doing this because what people are going to say or because of God and I doing the right thing. I know she's right, but I ain't doing this because I fear God or I care what people say. But she's just driving me crazy with this constant request. You know what? To get rid of her, I'll just give her justice that she deserves. Right? So that's the parable in a nutshell what Jesus gave to them. Then he went on in this is Luke 18. I swear sometimes somebody will see me on this phone every time around the same hour this scam call has come true. But anyhow, we can continue. Then the Lord said, learn a lesson from this unjust judge. Even he rendered a just decision in the end. So don't you think God will surely give justice to his chosen people who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will grant justice to them quickly. But when the Son of Man returns, how many he will find on the earth who have faith, right? So he's saying, just like the widow going back to the judge, you need to continue to petition God for whatever you petition him for, right? In this case, she was looking for justice. I don't know, somebody looking for justice and, they're losing the faith. He said, you continue to make a petition. Don't give up. Don't give up. Continue. Use this example of this widow And he's saying God can hear you, just like how the judge listened to her. He's going to listen to you. So don't give up. Continue your prayers, even though it looked like nothing is happening right now. Right? The next one he said is Luke 11:5-8. Luke 11:5-8. This is when the disciples asked him, Jesus, teach us how to pray. This is just before then. After he told them about the Lord's Prayer, then he went on to give them this little parable here too. He said, this is Luke 11:5-8. Then teaching them more about prayer, as after he give them how to pray, the Lord's Prayer, Then teaching them more about prayer, he used this story. Suppose you went to a friend's house at midnight, wanting to borrow 3 loaves of bread. You say to them, a friend of mine has just arrived for a visit and I have nothing for him to eat. And suppose he calls out from his bedroom, don't bother me, the door is locked for the night, and my family and I are in bed, I can't help you. So this friend going to his neighbor to ask him, man, I just got an unexpected guest show up. I don't have anything in my house. Could you just give me, a couple loaves of bread? At least I could offer them something to eat. But the man already went in for the night. And usually when people go in and they don't turn off the lights and everybody in bed, they're not opening the door to, anyone come or they're not opening the door again. That's after they, bedtime. So he's saying this man called out and said, the door is already locked and my family are in bed. I can't help you. But I tell you this, though he won't do it for friendship's sake, if you keep knocking long enough, he will get up and give you whatever you need because of your shameless persistence. So he's saying, if you keep knocking, just like the widow, keep going back to the judge for justice, for justice, for justice. He said, if you be persistent, your neighbor might say, you know what? I ain't really doing this because he's my friend or my neighbor. I just doing this so he could stop knocking on my door. You know what I mean? Stop knocking on my door. Just let me give this stuff to him so I could go back to bed, because he's not going to stop. And that's the parable Jesus saying. We should be same way with our prayer. We should keep praying till God answer, right? We should keep praying. He said, don't stop. He said, don't stop, right? So then 1 Thessalonians 5:16-8, he said, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. So guys, I don't know, this is what last minute, like 10 minutes before I come out here, he led me to these 3 here to bring out whoever it is need a prayer, whoever it is losing the faith, God, whatever situation you're going through, you're praying and you didn't see nothing. You think God forget you. You think he's saying no. You just continue. You continue. There's lots of time for your stuff, or you praying for. It's a lot of moving parts that he got to work out. He got to line up things in a certain way. So you might look like nothing is happening, but he is working things out. He's working things out. It's just like the story as I was used by the Chinese bamboo tree. You plant the seed and you got to water it and prune it and it's 5 years it take to break through the ground. But when it do break through the ground, it grows so rapidly, you can actually watch it growing. So, but when you looking up top and you look like nothing was going on, a lot of things going on under the earth. Right? A lot of growth was going on under the earth that you didn't see. And so that's just what he's saying with the prayer. You praying right now, you think I'm not answering, you think I'm not listening, but a lot of things are going on. I got to line up a lot of things spiritually, in the spiritual realm. I got to line up stuff for somebody way across the planet there. Or whatever he got to line up to make whatever you praying for happen. So he's saying, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. I'm working. You just ain't seen it yet, but I'm working diligently on your behalf. So don't stop praying, just like the lady who go to the judge, just like this man who go to his neighbor. And just because they keep knocking, he's saying, but if you stop, you're going to mess this up, because I need your consistent giving me permission to work on your behalf. That's prayer in a nutshell. That's what we're doing. We're giving God permission to work on our behalf, right? Because remember, no spiritual legal here. He need us. And our prayer is giving him permission to do things here, right? So he's saying, I still need your permission. Don't stop. continue. I need your permission. I need your permission to make this happen. I'm working, though you may not see anything right now, but continue praying, guys. Don't know who this is for, but just continue praying in the situation, what's going on. He said, don't stop. Continue